Hey guys, it's Sahara. Today, I want to show you our stay here at the Postcard Cabins at Big Bear. Technically running springs, but you're close enough to both Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead that you kind of get the best of both worlds. So let me show you the campsite. All right, here we are in the exterior of our campsite. We are staying at the Jack room for the Postcard Cabins, as you can see right there. Pretty much all of the cabins here have the exact same layout. The only difference is some are a little bit bigger for accommodating about 4 guests, so they have 2 beds in the room, and then some are also a little bit different to be more accessible for those who need handicap capabilities, things like that. So we do have accessible rooms here. Here we have the campsite. Now, while we're staying here today and this weekend, we unfortunately weren't able to use the fire pit because we are in a high burn zone right now. So no one on the property is able to use the campfire set. But if you were to come like in the fall or another time, you can do that right here. As you can see the sign, no fires today. But this is a really nice, chill place to relax, sit in your chairs, enjoy nature. We literally just saw a deer grazing around in the back of our little campsite area. If you look closely, you might see it out there, or I'll put in a clip here for you to see that cute little deer. What's nice, we also have a picnic table out here. Because the fire pit itself isn't working, they did give us this Coleman grill we could use in case you wanted to, grill some corn, some burgers, some fish, whatever you want. So this one did come with the campsite property. And again, all of the different campsites have the exact same stuff. So you're all gonna get the chairs with the fire pit, you're gonna get the picnic table with the little barbecue, and then of course you have over here some firewood, which you're not allowed to use during our trip today. So we have the firewood as well as a little starter log. Then for the ashes, you can place them here in the bucket, shovel them up, and now let's get into the actual crib itself. So right out here out front, you have the beautiful window right here that leads you into the entrance. You've got the label of all of your campsite names. Every single little cabin is going to have the name here showing you which one you're staying in. This part here is probably the second best window. This is a bedroom window peeking into the forest. This is actually a window that you can open, so we have the screen door here so you can get some of that nice nature breeze. And now let me bring you around here about to the side. Watch your step. Right here, you have this magnificent view, right? You might be thinking, yeah, this is like only a view that you can get if you're coming out here and you sit outside, but actually, if you take a look right on this side, you have this huge window that is basically the focal point of this entire cabin. And right here is actually the side of the bed. So every time you're going to sleep, every time you're waking up, you get this magnificent view, and it's just absolutely incredible. So let me bring you inside and show you what that view looks like from the inside. So all the cabins do come with these stairs, but if you are in one of the accessible ones, it isn't a staircase, so you don't have to worry about that. You'll have a key code for the keypad that they're going to text you. The people on the property staff will text you that code so you can get in. But we've already been here. We're about to check out, so we don't need the code. So let's bring you in. Come on. Welcome to my crib. Since I just told you about that window, let's get a good view right here. It really does not get any better than this. If I could just take this window and bring it home with me with the views, I would, because the amount of time I just spent just sitting here looking out the window it's crazy. But when you stay at a postcard cabin like this, that's exactly what you want. So we have our bed here. Normally the bed is situated on this side, but for some reason this morning when we took a nap, we put the bed this way. So we can lay this way, you can lay that way. Just depends on whether or not you want your head against the window or what view you want. I guess if you're laying here, you get this view as well. So it's up to you. But this bed in particular here is on a platform, so you do get extra storage here down below, which is really great. We use this to store some of our luggage, some of our bags, some of our shoes, and just whatever else you have, because as you can tell, it's a pretty small cabin. So one thing you're not going to get here is a lot of storage space. Then right here, let me show you. It comes with a little cell phone lockbox because a lot of people, when they come here, they want to disconnect. They want to unplug. They want to put their phones away and just enjoy and reconnect with nature. So if you want to do that, you can do that here. Then we have this little dining table. Since you've got the little bench here on the platform, you can sit here on one side. Then we have a chair on the other side so you can sit, have breakfast, play games together, do whatever you want. I got my content stuff here, so pay no mind to that. So what's nice is you can sit here in the mornings, in the evening, anytime during the day. If you're here solo, you can come sit here, work on your writing. You can sit in the other chair, face the window. You can read your book, you can play your games, you can eat your meals. It's a nice little table. Or as my husband and I used it for, more storage. So one thing you're not gonna get in an ordinary campsite is air conditioning, but because you are staying at the Postcard Cabins, which is kind of luxurious glamping, I would say, you do get a full HVAC system. You have heating and you have cooling, and you can control everything right here. 74 currently. Let's bring that back down to 70. So that's awesome. We definitely use that feature a lot. Then what's really cool, you have so many different things here to really help you maximize your stay. Whether you want to cook outside or cook inside, you've got all the cookware that you can need: plates, bowls, cups, saucers, a cutting board, a little mirror, some nice thermoses. You have cutlery, other types of things. In here you have a little space heater in case it's really cold. You're coming here in the winter. Then you also have some fun games here. This is, I think it's cards and dice. Yeah, you got cards and dice here. You have a little radio, and then you have some more books. And then of course up top here, you have some more storage, which again, we did maximize. Then let me bring you down here to kind of your cooking station. Now this is technically a kitchen sink, but what you'll notice is that when I show you the bathroom, there's no sink in there. So this is going to be the sink you use to wash your dishes, wash your fruits and vegetables, but also wash your face. So this is the one sink that you have here. Then over here, we have some more of the cutlery. You have your scissors, a can opener, a lighter, etc. Then you have a nice little space here for your prep station, and then a nice 2-pot stove. So we did have a nice time last night. We made some tea. They did leave us some tea and cocoa and different mixes that we already packed in, because when you're staying here, you gotta take advantage of the freebies because you technically pay for them. So we already packed those in the car, whatever we didn't use. These are our snacks that we have, and then you have another prep station here. You also have an emergency phone in case like the power goes out or you have an emergency, which the power did go out once while we were here. That's okay. It was back up in like 3 hours, no big deal. So you can make emergency phone calls. And then there's also lighting here that you can dim, you can make bright, or you can turn off. And then if you are cooking a lot, got a lot of steam, there's also a little fan as well right above the stove. All right, you look a little bit further. I already showed you the AC unit, but here you have this really cute retro mini fridge. It's pretty big for a mini fridge, I would say. You can store lots of waters, you can store leftovers, you can store a bunch of stuff in here, and we used it, we can vouch for it. It's very good at keeping things cool. Here's where you can hang your dish towel, and this is where you're gonna find trash, and then extra tools like a dog bowl, extra trash bags, extra paper towels, etc. All right, now let me show you the bathroom. So what's nice about this is that there are a full bathroom. Sorry for the dirty towels on the ground if you happen to see those. You do have a working functional toilet. This is private to this cabin, so each cabin has their own bathroom. You have nice rows of hooks that you can use to hang your towels, to hang your toiletries back, and right above it is a window which you can open up to kind of let in some ventilation, let in some air if you're showering or, you know, doing something else that might need you to open that window. And then of course we have a standing shower. Let me go ahead and turn on the light for you. That also turns on the fan. That's our Juno the cameraman, aka my husband. But we have a full standing shower that comes with body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. The water pressure takes a minute to get there, but once it does, you've got lots of good hot water for you to get nice and lathered, clean off all that dirt, because I know you've been hiking while you're out here. And then finally, when you're back in here, you have some more hooks as well for your sweaters, your sweatshirts, your purses, your bags, whatever you want to use these hooks for. And then the last thing I'll show you is we do have a porch light here to off on. We have more lighting here that's again on the dimmer switch, so you can see that's nice overhead recessed lighting, which is great because it does get pitch black out here at night. And then lastly, you have a couple of outlets as well as a little lantern that you can use if you want to go out for any night walks, or you know, the power goes out and you need some extra light. You've got this here. So with all that being said, I think I'm gonna soak up this view one more time before we check out, because it's gonna be really hard to say goodbye to this place. But thank you for coming to my little MTV Cribs version of viewing the postcard cabins here at Big Bear. I'm hoping that I can go to some other postcard cabins, because they do have locations all over the United States, and they feature amenities of luxury glamping that are within 2 hours of major cities. For me, that's Los Angeles, and they are now partnered with Marriott Bonvoy, and being a Marriott Bonvoy member card holder, that's just really great for me because I got to connect with nature and get more points. Thank you for watching my little MTV Crib style video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.